The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field." Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
It's hard for us to imagine the societal sea change that happened in the 15th and 16th century. So let's jump back into that time period for a moment. So 1453, Constantinople, the great Christian city, the last frontier of the Roman Empire, collapses, falls to the Ottoman Empire, destroying that Christian city. 1492, Christopher Columbus, of course, sails the ocean blue, as we all know from elementary school, discovers a whole new continent. 1517, the Protestant Reformation launches the rebellion of Luther, which will destroy the unity of Christendom, fracturing between Protestant North and the Catholic South. 1571, the Battle of Lepanto, where we stopped the encroachment of the Ottoman Empire, which was threatening Western Europe. And in the midst of this sea change now, 1491, this great saint is born. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuit Order. And the story of Ignatius is utterly amazing because it proves again that God is always in control in the midst of the chaos of the world. Again, that's why as Christians, no matter what happens in the world, we always know that God is in control. Because look at this time period between the 15th and 16th century. It's the age of exploration now, because as Christopher Columbus now discovers a whole new continent, there's a fervor in the Catholic monarchs now, which spreads, especially through Spain and Portugal. They start evangelizing the world. They would eventually build up and evangelize this whole new hemisphere. They will go out into China and the Philippines, where my ancestors were evangelized around the same time period. And all of this because, and perfectly placed, with Ignatius, who would build up the Jesuit Order, because it would become these Jesuit priests that would go out into the world and to evangelize and to spread the news of Jesus Christ during this time period of chaos. The Jesuits to this very day are the largest religious order. They built up a vast network of universities and hospitals. Utterly amazing what they would do. And it was absolutely perfect time when the Jesuit orders were ready at this time period. Again, it's absolutely staggering. It's almost as if like a Hollywood writer was writing a script. But we know God is always in control. What Ignatius did, as the Gospels relate, is that he discovered the pearl of great price. And so that is the position for us as Christians who live in this modern day, is that all we have to do, because we can't control states and politics and cultures, we can't change the world. I know people like to say, oh, my vote counts, and it does to some degree, but at the end of the day, you know what really moves the world? It is when, like Ignatius, after his conversion, would simply sit in a chapel and say, Lord, for your greater glory, whatever you want, I am your servant. You see, from that posture, we can have immense impact, greater than any vote, greater than anything that we could ever do humanly. Because what that allows it, you said, Lord, I'm just here. and whatever you want to do with me. I will go to the ends of the world if you want me to. I will do anything. I will strive for you and to love you, and I will hold nothing back from you. See, that's the position of St. Ignatius. And when we do that as Christians, God will take us. And as we heard from last Sunday, remember the multiplication of the loaves and fish? Remember that miracle happened because a little boy said, Jesus, in the vast crowd of 5,000, said, Jesus, all I have are 5 loaves and 2 fish, but I give it to you. And look what happened. Ignatius said to Jesus in the monastery of Montserrat in Spain, he took his sword, laid it at the altar, and said, Jesus, I'm all yours now, whatever you want. He had no idea what God would do with the Jesuit Order. They literally evangelized an entire continent, South America. Amazing. And so here we are now. Jesus, whatever you want from us.